Africa Evangelical Church congregants were left traumatized when thugs actually disrupted their conference, which was held at Pretoria North near Soshanguve, demanding their cell phones and other belongings. Well, Soshanguve has in recent times actually made headlines. As you know, Block P, which is known as Jugu Lane, has seen lots of criminality actually happening in that area, resulting in even the minister actually going to visit the area. Well, I'm actually joined now by CEO of the CRL Rights Commission, Dr. Edward Mafaza, to respond to these incidents. Thank you so much for your time, Doctor.
Good afternoon.
What is the CRL Rights reaction to some of these incidents that seems to be happening where churches are being targeted by criminals?
Well, we are very much concerned as a CRL Rights Commission. As you will know that we stand for the promotion and protection of the religious rights of communities. And matters of religion being spiritual matters, you expect that when these people are worshiping, they should be free and not be intimidated by anyone. So it is within our space to be concerned that, and we are calling, even for those criminal activities that are happening, or the criminals themselves, to stay away from the churches because they are praying even for their well-being when they are, conducting these services. So to actually attack them, it is quite awkward, even for the public itself, for the community itself, even for ourselves who are established as a constitutional, body to promote and protect their rights. And so we are very much concerned to an extent that last year, when the other incident happened here in Johannesburg, we actually, convened even a meeting with some religious, representation from your Christians, your Christianity, main lines and independent, Jewish, Muslim, and so on and so forth. And also the South African Police Services. And we said, what is it that we can do as an intervention for this kind of criminality that are happening within the religious sector? And of course, we deliberated, and it's an ongoing engagement that still needs us to put our heads together. But we concluded in that meeting that it is very, very important that the religious sector, when they are conducting this kind of services, they must always, where possible, inform the South African Police Services around that area so that they know that there's this kind of activity that they are performing, so that the South African Police Services can also, within their own timetables, also take rounds around the premises in which these religious people are assembling so that, they are protected, because we can see that they are being attacked. The second one is that we make a call to the religious sector as a whole to leave their valuable assets behind so that they don't go with them to church. For instance, your cell phones, your money, and so on and so forth, because these are the things that are attracting the thieves or the criminals into these churches when they are praying. So we make that call that perhaps it is time that they should also leave these valuable assets. But those churches that are able, they should actually try and hire security as well, so that they can be assisted within their own space. Because if you go to other religious sectors, you'll find that all the time there are people who are guarding cars and so on and so forth. Perhaps they should also just beef up, so that even the people are scrutinized as they get in and out of the worshiping centers and places to safeguard the well-being and the freedom of religion within those spaces. So we are generally very much concerned as a commission, and we are appealing to the general community in South Africa to say, let us stand firm and help to protect the rights of these religious communities when they are engaged in their worship.
Yes. And is it advisable, for churches to actually hold night vigils, as we know that, as NPOs, they normally don't have the budget to pay for security, and at the same time, nighttime, that's where most criminals come out to play?
We cannot prescribe to churches in terms of how they should worship. However, we make a call that where possible, they must be vigilant and understand that the environment is not necessarily entirely conducive for them to be conducting services late at night, because they may be attacked, as we can see what is happening. However, we are saying we cannot prescribe, we can't say to them, don't worship at this time. They've got that freedom to practice their religion.